Hi, how are you guys? What a morning. So I've just been setting up and of course someone started flipping, no it's gone, it wasn't drilling, it was, they were disinfecting bins, which is a great thing to do in the current climate, but it did mean I had to wait to film. Okay, quick summer glowing makeup today. It's something I did recently on Instagram, but I forgot to film it, so I kind of showed the end result and everyone was like, please show how you did this. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to start with a little bit of Charlotte Tilbury Magic Serum. You can tell I love it because I've half used it all already, but it's just jam-packed of amazing hydrating formulas, but also kind of long-term skincare benefits. Loving that. I don't know what I just started doing to my neck there. I did eye cream earlier, so there's no need to do any more of that. I'm going to go on with a little bit of Charlotte's Magic Cream. My skin is on the kind of normal to dehydrated side, so actually my skin works really well, or responds really well to slightly richer day creams, especially when, like today, I want to do more of a glow. Okay, a little bit of lip fudge from Tropic. Absolutely adore this stuff. It's great for your lips, but it also smells and tastes good enough to eat. And then before I do anything else, I'm just going to do a tiny bit of Shiseido SPF. This is the Expert Sun Aging Protection Lotion Plus, and this is SPF 50 plus. We are experiencing some really lovely weather in the UK at the moment, but got to look after your skin, guys and girls. And I find this stuff performs really well under makeup. Okay, recently I have been loving this by Terry Sunny Flash Brightening CC Serum, introduced of course by the gorgeous Lydia Millen, but this is kind of the first step in my makeup routine, and I'm seeing so much more glow and radiance from my skin, so it's an absolute summer must-have. I'm actually just going to use my fingers to blend that in. Great, so you see it gives my skin a little bit of colour, so a hint of colour, but mainly I love it for the illumination. Then I'm just going to add on top of that a little bit of the YSL Touche Éclat foundation in B40. It's a really gorgeous lightweight sheer foundation. I've just got one pump there. May or may not be enough, but I don't want a really heavy makeup look today. I want to show you kind of what I'm doing at the moment for quick and breezy, fresh looking summery skin. And this is the Bare Minerals Skin Smoothing Brush, which is a current obsession of mine. It just blends base product really beautifully and really quickly. Okay, always use your hands to blend it in. If you don't like to use your hands, or your hands get a bit oily, then you can do this step with a beauty blender. I'm obsessed with how the warmth of the hands just helps to melt makeup into the skin. Okay, so we're getting there. I'm going to warm my skin a little bit, so I'm going to start by doing a bit of de-bronzy. Now this I could have mixed in with my foundation, but I like to use it more like a bronzer. So it's a gorgeous liquid gel from Drunk Elephant. So I'm just going to pop it where I would normally pop my beloved bronzer. And then you can use your fingers to blend it in, but I'm going to use a lighter brush. So this is the Bobbi Brown Angled Face Brush. I'm just going to use that to buff that in. And it's just going to add a really natural bit of extra warmth to my skin. Excess down my neck, because we mustn't forget our necks. That's better. You see at every step the look's just getting warmer, more glowy, more summery. Let me just do a bit of brightening under my eye. This is Charlotte Tilbury's Magic Away, and I use number 2, Fair. So twist and then just dab with the sponge tip applicator into the inner corner of the eye. I don't make this look particularly pretty, I must admit. And then, as always actually, I go back into my trusty ring finger to blend that in. And you'll notice I'm using the flat of my finger and then I pull it out towards the temple, but I focus the colour just in this inner corner. Now it may be that I come back in a bit and do a bit more concealer, but I'm going to leave it at that for now. And I think my next step is going to be my eyebrows. Shall I soap them quickly first? I think I will. So I've just got my Pears soap here and my Urban Decay All Nighter. I'm just going to spritz a spray of that into there. Then with a spoolie, which is like a disposable mascara wand, I go into that soap and then brush my brows up, and this just helps to keep my brows in place for the day, and it helps guide me actually where I need any makeup. I'm going to use the iconic, is it called the brow cushion? I used it the other day and I was really impressed. It's different, but I liked it. While we wait for that to settle, let me just give my face a dusting of powder. I'm going to use some of the Terracotta Nude. It's a beautiful, slightly pearlized powder that I suppose would be great as a soft bronzer on a really porcelain skin, but I love it as a soft focus finishing powder. I guess quite similar to the Hourglass Dim Light Ambient Lighting Powder. Talking of Hourglass, I'm going to use a bit of Diffused Heat blush on the apples of my cheek. Not loads, just a bit. It just gives a really lovely soft, summery, peachy pink flush of colour. I do love it. I find myself saying that a lot in videos. Oh, I do love it. I suppose because I usually just make videos with products that I really love. This is one of them. Okay, now I think I'm ready for my brow. So this is what the brow cushion looks like. Oh, give that a wipe, Hannah. So that's what the brow cushion looks like. And then when you open it up, this is actually in shade Deep, but it works. Let me show you. So you get a little brush inside, so a spoolie one end and then an angled brush on the other. And then this kind of soaked cushion, I'm going to dab into the lighter side, into the angled brush, and then just draw. I want you guys to be able to see, draw through my brows, following the direction of the growth of the hair. And it's really nice actually. It's almost like the pigment is grabbing to the soap and tinting the hairs as well as the skin behind. Yes, I was very pleasantly surprised when I tried this. I find at the head of the brow you just want to be fairly light-handed. There we go. Like, it's fairly dark, isn't it? Fairly strong, but I actually quite like that, especially while my roots are so dark. Okay, moving on to eyes, and actually it's got to be this shade. This is Midnight Cowgirl, so not my classic Midnight Cowboy, a slightly more modern take, Midnight Cowgirl. And I'm going to use a Morphe 330 big fluffy brush and just fluff that all the way over my lid, and it creates this really beautiful, bright, light reflective colour across the lid. It does contain a bit of glitter, but don't worry, it's not loads, it's just a hint. And you can see I'm really focusing it there in the inner corner of my eye. But yeah, this colour, along with the original Midnight Cowboy, Midnight Cowboy Rides Again, and Sin and Chopper, are kind of a couple of my all-time favourite. Oh, and Oil Slick, single eyeshadow colours from Urban Decay. So I love that, just for kind of brightening the lid initially. And then I've got to show you the Desert Haze palette of mattes from Charlotte Tilbury. Look how beautiful they are. You guys know I absolutely love those kind of taupey tones through the crease of my eye. So I'm going to go into the slightly warmer colour there, bottom right, and just with a Crown 512 brush, just roll some of that through the crease of my eye. Oh, love it. Making sure I buff it all the while so you don't really see where it starts or finishes. I suppose it creates the same kind of warmth that you get if you take bronzer through the crease of the eye. So through the crease and then just pulled out. And then with a finer headed brush, this is by Louise Young and it's a 38B. I'm going to take a bit of that same colour, always tap off the excess in the lid and just run that along my lower lashes. But the aim of the game here is for it to be really hazy and soft and tan-like. And for those of us with kind of greeny blue eyes, this will help that colour pop. And then let's add a bit of definition at the lash line. I have got my Eyeko Black Magic liquid liner. And I'm just going to sweep a little just along the base of the lashes. I don't really want this to be an eyeliner look as such, so I'm not going to make too much of it. There we go, but just something nice and slim, just to help define and frame my eyes. Okie doke, I'll give that a second to dry. Actually, while I let that dry, before I do my mascara, let me do my lips. This is a combo that you guys have been loving, again on Instagram. So let me show you guys here. I start with Pat McGrath lip pencil, and this is in the colour Contour. And it's the perfect nude. So make sure you bring it to the fullest extent of the lip. And then over that, I've been pressing Pale Pink by Bobbi Brown Cosmetics. So just with my ring finger, dab onto the bullet, and then just tap on. There you go. For pretty kind of nude lips, I'm going to take some of the new Crushed Oil Infused Gloss. Actually, I've got two colours in front of me. I've got the Sunkissed and the Pink Sunset. I'm going to go Sunkissed actually. That's a bit lovely. Not loads, but just a bit to kind of moisten it up. Moist. And then let's complete the eye. So I always curl with my Tweezerman curlers. And today I'm actually going to use some of my Monsieur Big mascara from Lancome. I've had it for a little while, but I keep forgetting to use it, and I rediscovered it the other day and was really pleasantly surprised. I remembered what a good volumizing mascara it is. Makes me think of that scene in Friends though, when Rachel picks up the phone and she overhears Monica and Chandler's phone call when they were together but no one knew. I'll just tell her I'm doing laundry. And then, oh, how does it go into nicknames? You know what your nickname is, Mr. Big. And then it cuts out. Everything is magical with you. Wish, wish, wish. Wish and poof. Don't worry if you splodge any on your lid. As you can see, I have done there. Just grab a clean-ish brush and just buff, that'll take it away. Okie dokie. Now before I finish, a couple of finishing touches. First being, look at this, Charlotte Tilbury's new airbrush bronzer. This is shade number 2. And I'm using it with the airbrush brush. And I'm just going to smooth out my bronzer. You know what, it does exactly what it says on the tin. It really does give your skin that blown out, almost airbrushed finish. Look at that. It's just a kind of final perfecting piece. And then, just to ensure I've got a little bit of glow, I'm going to take the new Beyond Liquid Highlighter by Illamasqua in OMG over the top, just the top of my cheekbones, and probably a bit on my nose. That is all you need. It's a really tiny bit. It's a really, I can't explain it, it's a really thin texture. It's not cream, it's almost more, and it's not oil, but it's more, it's like it's held in a clear base rather than like a chalky white base that maybe some liquid highlighters in the past were. And I'm a little bit obsessed. And it's totally fine, as you can see, tapped on top of bronze again, because it's this really gorgeous clear gel-like formula that it just goes on top of makeup as a finishing point really well. Guys, I hope you enjoyed that. I believe this is going up on Saturday, in which case it's my birthday. So I just wanted to share a little something with you all. Thanks so much for your continued support. Do you like this video? If you haven't yet, do subscribe. Do come and join the Hannah Martin makeup crew. And yeah, any requests for videos, please pop them in the comments below. Loads of love to you guys.